I'm here at the Seabeck Community Center on a lovely summer day to talk about pickleball and get a lesson on how to play the game. Pickleball is a truly local game that started on Bainbridge Island. It's grown into a national craze. Its popularity grew during the pandemic, and it's now more popular than ever. Join me to learn how and where you can play this fun and accessible game right here in Kitsap County. Joining me this morning in Seabeck is Rick Rickert, a longtime pickleball enthusiast who is really instrumental in bringing pickleball to the Seabeck Community Center. And really looking forward to speaking with you this morning a little bit, Rick. You've been playing this game for a long time. Can you share a little bit about the history of the game and why pickleball? Why was it called pickleball?
Sure, I'd love to. I'll start with the history of the game and then I'll connect it to the name. It was a summer day in 1965. Joel Pritchard, then Washington State Congressman, and his best friend Bill Bell were returning from golfing, and they encountered several very bored and upset children. Joel tried to console them, and he promised them, "I will find you something interesting to do." So in the backyard of the Pritchard vacation home on Bainbridge Island, where they were, there was a patch of asphalt surrounded by pine trees that was primarily used for badminton. Bill and Joel found some plywood in a nearby shed and drew and then cut out some very crude wooden paddles. They found a wiffle ball at a neighbor's, they lowered the badminton net, and soon were hitting back and forth a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. The children, the wives, and friends soon joined in. Another neighbor came over, Barney McCallum. He watched for a while. He left, went back home, and returned with two improved paddles cut out of thinner plywood. The three men, over the next several weeks, invented the rules and refined the game, and soon it became very popular on Bainbridge Island, thereafter throughout the state of Washington, and then the country. By 1990, pickleball was being played in all 50 states.
Wow.
Now, regarding the name, Joanne, Joel's wife, loved the game instantly, and she named it pickleball, and it stuck. Now, a common misconception is the game was named for the family dog, a cockapoo named Pickles. But Pickles didn't arrive at the Pritchard home until 1968, so the dog was named for the game, not the other way around.
So tell me, where can people find public courts to play pickleball besides right here in Seabeck?
As far as dedicated courts, outdoor courts to pickleball, besides the four here in Seabeck, there are 6 at Battle Point Park on Bainbridge Island. There are many shared use with tennis outdoor courts. There are 10 courts at Lions Park and 4 at Manette Park, both in Bremerton. There's another 6 shared use courts at Battle Point Park on Bainbridge Island. And then there are a number of courts in Port Orchard, Poulsbo, and Kingston. As far as indoor courts, it varies by schedule and fees, but there are a number of private clubs, community gyms, and YMCAs that also have indoor pickleball. The best resource I know of to find where to play, there is a website called places2play.org. Places2play.org.
Oh, it's great to know that there's so many places to play locally. Also, can you tell me a little bit about pickleball clubs and organizations that people might find here in Kitsap if they want to join an organization to play pickleball?
Sure, there are 2 primary clubs in Kitsap County, the first of which is West Sound Pickleball Community. It was formed in March of 2019, has almost 600 members.
Wow.
I believe it is now a nonprofit. It has a Facebook group that you can join and follow. A second group, Seabeck Pickleball, was formed in September 2022, shortly after these courts opened, and it has well over 300 members at this time. It also has a Facebook group that you can join and follow.
Thank you so much, Rick, for sharing all this, and thanks for being here with us today.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Fun to learn a little bit more about the history of the game, where to play, and I can't wait to learn myself. Inside the Seabeck Community Center with Seabeck resident Dr. Paul Reimer to have a demonstration of how to play the game. And thank you, Paul, so much. I know you were instrumental to bringing the game to the Seabeck Community Center. You're super passionate about the game. So can you share a little bit about who plays the game and why?
The simple answer is everybody plays the game. And the reason why is it's just, you don't have to be an elite athlete or someone well introduced to play the game. It applies to everyone in any age and ability. And that's what makes it so unique and fun.
So as a retired doctor, pickleball is good for everyone. Can you explain a little bit some of the health benefits of pickleball?
Sure. I think pickleball excels that it gets us out from our routines and our day-to-day lives and gets us on the court where we get to get some physical exercise with others in all different ages, and we get to interact and reconnect with our community, which is important.
So in addition to the physical aspects of the game, is there any benefit to our mental health?
Sure. The game is kind of neat in that way. It gives you an opportunity to play and keep your mind engaged and interact with all kinds of ages and people. And that's important to build those relationships and stay healthy in a physical activity.
Great. Well, I am completely new to this game, so what do I need to get started? What kind of equipment, shoes, clothing, what do we need?
Well, you need a court, which is sometimes the trickiest part. As far as equipment, not a lot, and that's what's nice about pickleball. You need a paddle, a ball, and a partner. And with those three things, you can begin playing pickleball.
All right, so we're inside today, inside court. Is there a difference between the inside court and the outside court in how the game is played at all?
Short answer is no. It's the same game, the same court. The difference being is just the environment it's played in, and just don't have wind, the balls bounce differently, and different issues in that regard that are addressed by having a different ball. So sometimes people will get indoor balls versus an outdoor ball, but otherwise very similar.
All right, so what are the rules of the game? What do we need to know? And I'm really curious, what is a dink?
Okay. Well, the game is all about being the last one to get the ball over the net and in the court, and that's the objective. The dink is kind of an essential shot in the game, but it's basically hitting a very soft ball just over the net and dinks over into the front part of the court. That's a dink, and hopefully you get good at that when you play pickleball. But the rules I think you can find online, but a good way to get them is by having a lesson if you want to learn from the beginning the right rules, and hopefully we get to do that.
All right, well, I am ready for my lesson. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Well, it's time for your first lesson, and we're going to begin with the serve. It's the one shot you control, and it begins the point, and it's nice to learn how to do that as you learn the game. There's two methods of serving, and I'll demonstrate each one to you if you give me some room.
All right, let me get out of the way.
All right. The first one is to hit it out of the air. The only rule is you have to come from below your waist upward, and the tip of the paddle has to be below the butt of the paddle. The goal is to hit it across the net and into the square opposite side. Here we go. The second method is you can drop the ball to serve it. There are no rules to how you hit the ball if you drop it. The only rule in dropping it is you can't throw it, spin it, put anything extra on it. You just have to drop it from any height and then hit the ball. Here's how to do that. Now it's your turn. Okay. You know everything you need to know.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna try just in the air first. All right.
Yay!
All right, let me grab another one and I'll try to bounce it. I don't know. Let's see here.
Not bad.
Maybe a little better. I have to make sure it like stays in the court.
Drop the ball in front.
And
yeah. There you go.
Ah, there we go.
Well, now that we've learned a little bit how to start a point, we need to learn how to return the serve to continue the point. So we're going to talk a little about hitting the ball appropriately, how to hold the paddle, and where to stand on the return of serve. So how to hold the paddle, it's just with the handshake. We call it a continental grip, but you just, like you're shaking a hand, grab the paddle and find what's comfortable for you, placing your finger or grip. That's kind of your choice. To hit the return, we want to stand in the right location. So If this is the end line and there's a center line, you want to stand maybe about a step or so off the edge of the court in this position to get ready to receive the serve. To receive the serve, you get in a ready position, just bend your knees, get on your toes, and anticipate, watch the ball, try to meet, and return the ball over the net. Practice makes perfect, so how about we give it a try and see if we can return a serve.
All right, sounds great. Let's give it a try.
All right. All right, it's time to now practice your return of serve. So to start with, get your grip right, get in the ready position, and I'm gonna hit you some balls and just keep your eye on the ball and have fun and hit it over the net. Here we go. Excellent. Let's try another. Excellent. Last one, 3 for 3. Here we go. Great job. Bring it in.
All right.
Excellent job on your returns. And now you've served and returned. Let's learn a new stroke that you need to play pickleball called the volley. Okay. And it's very similar to the same positioning as your return to serve. So put your feet on the little circle here. Same grip, racket ready. And you're just gonna step and put your paddle where the ball is. My hand will be the ball initially, so step and put your paddle on my hand. Good, and do that same step across. Excellent. Now with the ball, let's try it. All right. Good, good, good. So just think about the same thing, but go to the other side. Here we go. Excellent. You're a pro.
All right, but you need to still tell me, how do you dink?
Dink. Same motion, just very softly, and just try to just drop the ball over the net. Let's do it to your forehand. Here we go. Pretty much. Now hit it just over there. Excellent.
It's a dink.
Very good dink. Now let's put this all together, and let's just play at point.
All right, sounds great.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, let's try to play our first point. I'll imitate a serve, you do the return, and we'll just keep the ball going and see how many times we can keep the ball over the net.
Awesome.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh. Let's try one more. Here we go.
To learn more about the Seabeck Community Center and all the activities they have going on out here, as well as pickleball in Kitsap County, visit the links on the screen.
Oh, excellent point. Congratulations, you've played your first pickleball point.